Hello, everybody. How are you? We are live here on Indie Vote live here. Oh my goodness, what a week it has been. What a day! Today is our mad video, Randy.
There's our official notice. We are live.
Yeah, today's our mad video, man. People are mad at us, mad at us. Want the they want the fleas of 1,000 dogs to infest our crotches.
I guess.
Hashtag indie vote, hashtag ass boys. Um, uh, yeah, we got so much hate mail. We got to run a new opening.
Here it
Not a new
is.
opening, but we got to run this. Oops, yeah. I'm sorry.
Well,
Yeah.
the opinions expressed in this preceding broadcast are not necessarily those of Indie Volt Media LLC, its staff, contributors, or sponsors. Viewer discretion is advised.
I should have ran this one in the following broadcast, but yeah, doesn't matter. Look, things are gonna get hectic, so you guys should.
I thought I hit that one.
You probably did. You
The
probably did.
opinions expressed in the following broadcast. Yeah. Anyway, we might get we might say naughty words today.
Yeah, we got a couple of emails with naughty words in them. So put the children to bed. Um,
Plug their ears at least.
yeah,
Holy
yeah,
crap! They don't need to listen to this shit.
yeah. Today's gonna get rough. Remember, we are TVMA, VLSV. We're
The V stands for variant.
yeah, the V stands for variant, and oh goodness, here's the intro. Let's go.
Here-
Yeah, we've done it now. We've done it
Hey,
now. We've upset people, and
that means we made it.
it's,
We,
man,
we might actually be popular after our tens of thousands of Indie radio listeners. Hello, everybody out there in Radio Land. We love all of you.
yeah, Indigo Radio joining us. Thank you. Want to thank right now 22,000 tuning in. Thank you to Australia. Thank you to Brazil, UK, Paris. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
We
We
hope you're all safe, happy, and warm.
yeah yeah so
Not
yeah
not too warm, but
yeah.
warm.
Ralph snuck in ahead of time. Good evening, Ralph. Heather Tucker says, "Hey, man. Hello, Heather."
Heather
Uh,
Tucker.
yeah.
How you doing, Heather?
Niobe comments says, "LOL, what's happening?" Look,
What's Niobe?
yeah. Well, we know what Niobe is. It's Mr. Higgins.
Oh,
Mr.
Larry Higgins.
He says, "Look, if I spit
Sorry, Larry. I
sideways,
knew what it was. I'm just playing around. We know who you are.
look,
Don't you know who I am?
if I spit sideways, I upset people. It's the world we live in." Uh, yeah, we just have a very good track record here of pissing people off. Pop says, what is happening? Cancel party? No, we're not
No
canceling
cancel
anybody.
party.
They're trying
We're
to
just here to have fun, Pops.
they're trying to cancel us, Pops. They're trying to
No, I don't know. They're not even here to cancel us. They're here to berate us.
Oh yeah. They're
'Cause
berating us.
we's the sup ass boys.
Yeah, they're berating us, and they're not being nice people.
And the indie princess.
Yeah.
No, I'm not involved in this.
No,
None of this hate is aimed at the indie princess. As well it should be. No, I don't mean that hate should be aimed at you, but you should not have any hate at all.
I
Love me.
I disagree.
Everybody loves her.
I think that she should
That's
have
only
something
because you live with her.
Yeah, I think she should have some of this hate aimed toward her. Ross says, "V, no hat. I could put the hat on, but
Where's your hat?
it's over there.
Get your hat on.
I guess I could put the hat on if you guys really want me to put the hat on. I'll put the hat on.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'll stall for a second.
All right. Hold on. I'm gonna ruin some.
All the hate could be aimed at the indie princess during Geekgasm. It's on tomorrow night at 9 p.m. So let's not forget that. And then we will return, Varian and I. Well, I don't know if Varian's coming on Thursday or not. It might just be me on the Breakfast Buzz with some special guests. So we have a few people sitting in the green room. Don't need all them Cheetos. Everybody else, come on in. We've already got a dozen people watching us live. Not to mention all of you people out there on Facebook. Don't be afraid to add to the comments. We welcome all of you, and we're glad you're here.
I'm back.
I'm just checking the green room. We have somebody that needs to talk about the state of the world. Is that all right?
Yeah, go ahead. Let's take
You're
up
back.
the
You
world.
pulled yourself completely off of the stream. Here, hang on just a
Yeah,
second.
yeah. I cannot be in her spot. Is
that better?
There we go. Yeah.
Suddenly we've shuffled around a little bit.
Yeah.
Everybody's looking down anyway. Everybody's looking.
Heather Tucker said, "Indie Prince is like, keep me out of this." Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
She wanted no parts of that. And Robert Aaron says, "Tisk tisk, why can't we all get along?" No, we can't. We can't get along.
I
And
think it's the state of the world. It's the state of the world because
terrible things are going on in the world right now.
Terrible.
Terrible things. Pop says, "I share live in the madness as is the usual." Hello, madness, comic madness. Hello, guys in there.
I think he says that to get the name of his book out.
No, Pops does share it. I went over there and checked before.
Pop's cool.
I see. I'm like, hey, that's my face. What am I doing here? The hat is on now, Ralph. So all is right with the world. It's hard to wear the hat now though because I don't have any hair to keep it poofed up.
How's your AC? Is your AC up?
My AC is up. It's been battling today though because someone left the garage door open, and the garage is hot. So
your AC is connected to your garage?
No, it's someone left the garage and it's very hot in the garage. So all the hot air from the garage.
The garage is connected to the laundry room.
Yeah, it's connected to the laundry room, which is connected. Yeah, so it's rough.
Sounds like one of those anatomy songs.
Yeah.
The garage is connected to the laundry room.
Not an angel.
Yeah. Rob says he's an angel.
Rob lies. Rob lies. Even in his advertising.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna bring in.
Isn't he the indie devil?
Yeah, the indie angel.
He's an angel.
We'll give the indie angel to Heather Tucker. We'll give that'll be her new name, the indie angel. Let's bring in one of our guests, Michael Oden. Let's bring Michael in. Good day, Michael.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Pretty good. We're about to bring you in because we're going to jump into our questions and our statements.
Fantastic.
Get ready for the hate. None of this hate is directed to you, Michael.
Yeah.
And mine as well be. It's taking shots at you guys.
Yeah. We
just can take shots at us. We haven't even introduced ourselves yet.
Yeah, I think we should. I'll do that. I'll start it up.
Yourself. I have to go off camera for a second or make a loud honking noise.
All right. Hello, everybody. I am Varian Grant. I am the founder of IndieVault Media LLC. Got started making comics back in 2008. First book I ever did was a black and white interior action comedy, and it was a lot of fun. And I've been making comics ever since. I am a comic book artist, writer,
roll it off,
publisher, the reluctant taxpayer, all those things. I'm all those things.
And husband,
sensitivity reader is the most important of those things, though.
No, it isn't. Indie Princess husband.
Yeah. Indie Princess husband. Yeah. That's me. Yeah. You don't live with her. And as always, I'm joined by.
There we go.
I'm joined by the Indie Princess.
Hey guys.
And Mr. Zimmerman.
Hey everybody, I'm Randy Zimmerman. I've been doing alternative and independent comics for a long time. Arrow Comics, Massive Comics, Weeby Comics. I printed under all of those, plus Flint Comics, which was a newspaper that I printed for a decade around in my local county, comics and entertainment paper I had a lot of fun with. Renewed my love for the art form. So now I am a sequential artist whose main specialty is advertising, and I'm getting back into the direct market game. I also have the Zim Geek channel. It's ZIMMGEEK here on YouTube, and surprisingly, there still hasn't been any new content in a few months, but it's coming. I got it. It's coming. I swear it's coming. I've been working on my project, so my crowdfunding book. So I think we're also joined here today by Mr. Michael Oden. Introduce yourself, Michael.
Yeah, I'm Michael Oden. I have not been in the industry as long as any of either Randy or Varian. I literally got into the creative end of things here within the last few months, so not even been a year yet.
I don't know if we should be talking about creative ends. That's Wednesday night's program. That's for Geekgasm.
But
go ahead. Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're absolutely fine. I have a blast on here, Randy. This is what this is all about, all the back and forth. my launch project is Elysian Fields issue 0, which we have a little bit of something here to unbox and share with you guys live here tonight. We're really excited.
You had some mysterious boxes posted on your Facebook page.
Yes, very mysterious. Very.
I zoomed in on that label. I'm not sure if you want to open up the one that says Lane Bryant on it.
But I'm really cautious about the one that says "Front Towards Enemy."
There you go.
We're going to get into those boxes after the questions, but
Again, that sounds like a Wednesday problem.
Chuck says, if it isn't Box Boy, and as I was a demon today, I'll sucker punch my sister in the face. Ooh. See, it isn't sucker punches though.
Well, we're all on edge. It's just the times, you know.
I don't.
Oh,
listen,
you know?
I don't. What people call sucker punches, I think it's just the person who punched quickest. I mean, but by today's standard,
oh no,
that's not what a sucker punch is.
No.
Right. I know, but I've been accused of sucker punching when I was looking at a person right in the face and told them I'm about to whoop your ass, and they're like, yeah, you're gonna do nothing. Then I hit them in their shit.
That's called someone being butthurt about getting their ass kicked.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a difference.
I thought that was called parenting.
So, I mean, there's that aspect of it too. But like sucker punching is like you see a guy across the street that you don't like, and you run up to him and just deck him across the face with no warning,
or run up behind him.
Yeah, like that's a sucker punch. Letting somebody know you're about to get punched in the face, and then they continue to talk shit, and you punch them in the face, is they got their ass whooped. They're not happy about it.
Exactly.
At me if you disagree.
It's also an incredibly embarrassingly bad movie by Christopher Nolan.
Zack
There you go. Gotcha.
Snyder.
You know, you're right.
Let's not drag Mr. Nolan's name through the dirt, because that man has the only bad things that man has been attached to are things that he's just an EP on to give it an extra boost in sales.
Is that what he was on that movie? I thought he directed it and everything.
No, Zack Snyder directed it.
Zack Snyder directed and
Zack
wrote.
Snyder. Oh, I'm sorry. I got the wrong guy, didn't I?
Yeah, Christopher
Zack Snyder's fault. I'm sorry,
Christopher Nolan's only poorly rated films are the DCEU movies that he's an executive producer on, which effectively just meant that he threw money at it so that his name could be attached and give it the bump of the Batman films that had just come out by him.
I deeply apologize and stand corrected. It's all Zack Snyder's fault.
No, that's fair.
Now we're going to get a whole bunch of different hate mail.
I'm going to bring a question up here, though, Rand. You go ahead and read this one. There you go.
Boom. You guys, Randy and Varian, are the Rick and Morty of comics news journalism. JR, thanks, JR. I take that as a deep compliment.
Hell yeah.
Is that because we're always drinking liquor and talking brashly? Or which one's Rick and which one's Morty? That's
Varian's definitely Morty. Varian, you're too nice to be Rick.
Oh, geez, Randy. Jeez. What do you think's gonna
Morty,
happen
it's time to go. It's an alternate dimension with our names on it. Come on.
What do you think's gonna happen? What do you think's gonna happen to Marvel, Randy? Jeez.
They're already dead. They just don't realize it yet.
You guys need to do an entire episode just like that. One of the breakfast buzzes needs to be you guys just doing role playing of Rick and Morty while talking comics news.
You know, there hasn't been anybody in the DC offices for the last 3 months, and everybody still thinks comics are coming out. That's more my Stan Lee voice. Excelsior, folks.
Stan Lee. I have to sleep with Mags in this universe, Randy. Why? Anyway,
No love bombing. No love bombing here. This is a love bombing free zone. That has to be our next our next card. We guarantee no love bombing here.
We guarantee it. No love bombing.
Guarantee it.
Whoa.
Here's some love bombing.
Yeah.
I can tell by the opening. This motherfucking Shinola. Who's Shinola?
I took his last name out because he put the guy. I want to tell you.
Shinola.
I took the last name out because I didn't want people to bother this guy.
I don't know if I'm comfortable saying where they're from. That seems to be a derivative there of an N-word. This Shinola got my ass for $3K for pages. Pencils, colors, inks, letters. Now I'm stuck with a 3.4K funded and closed campaign and nothing to send these people in July 2020. I've reached out to KS and they are Kickstarter, and they are hanging my ass out to dry like a pissed bed sheet. So that's a bad visual right there. I mean, it's a good visual. It's just not a good visual. Anyway, so, if you know what I mean.
What?
So I'm outing this artist. He's an asshole and a crook. And I hope the malaria in his nuts and fucking dies. I think that should be he gets malaria in his nuts and fucking dies. Mike.
Well,
Mike,
that's certainly
so
not
mad.
me. Hey, I don't go by Mike.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Mike.
Oh
Holy
no.
crap.
Please don't put me on the spotlight. I certainly didn't write this comment.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of seems like this guy got too. Like, I don't mean to come off as an asshole and be like, "Oh, he overextended himself," but it seems like he overextended himself. Like he paid too much and didn't put and put a campaign where he didn't budget for what he needed to cover the base costs of the book, and so now he's mad. But like the artist told him what his rates were up front. No artist will just blindside you at the very end and be like, and that's $4,000.
Well, I think what's happened here is
The thing
that
is, it's a 120-page book.
Yeah, I think he got screwed out of stuff. So this is unfortunate for him. But when I took from him, he got screwed by an artist who didn't turn in books or didn't turn in pages.
Oh, okay.
So now he, $3K worth of pages. He only made $3,400 for the book. So his profit was probably like $400, which is probably going to get ate up by shipping. I mean, you did, like you said, Mike. He's overextended himself, but
there's a lot of wonderful nuggets of wisdom that people can learn from inside of this email.
yeah.
Well,
First-
there are a
first
lot
off-
of grammatical errors in the email too.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. I was going to say, first off, you need to learn to spell Shinola. But
Fair enough. Well, I mean that goes into the grammatical errors.
and I'm not sure if that isn't a racist comment there, talking about where he's from.
No. I looked it up. That's the thing. Okay, I took the guy's last name out because I looked up the person with their last name, and they are from Nagaland, which is a country overseas. All right,
Are you kidding me? Is that really a serious land?
Yeah,
That's the name of the country.
You'd be surprised about all the
Nagaland?
shit there is out there in the world.
Huh? What?
Like, I will say that like it does like. While I understand that this guy got screwed over by that artist, from what you were saying, Varian, it still is just like if you only set your campaign for less than 3K, and you were spending more than 3,000 on this book, and you only got 3,000 worth of the pages.
Oh my goodness, it exists. Look at that. Where is that at? No, I'm sorry, I've never heard of this before. Is it really?
Yeah. See,
No.
y'all just thought it was a bad neighborhood in Detroit.
It's a
Now-
state of India.
now
Okay.
it's real.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
Jeez.
Is that where all the calls come from?
I don't think so, but
Sometimes I wonder.
Like but to go back to, as I said, like you set your campaign goals super low. You weren't going to be turning a profit on this book no matter what.
Yeah.
Like is what it seems like. So you can't, like, as bad of a situation as that is, he needs to reevaluate like what he's like.
And he's not even going to pull down 3.4K.
Well,
because he has to pay Kickstarter.
And I want to say the reason why I took the person, because I when he sent the email in, I looked the person up on Facebook. That it is an artist. He has not posted anything to his Facebook for about oh gosh, about 2 months it looks like. So he
Well,
is, you know,
he's probably trying to recover from the 3K investment that he made 3.4K back from,
well, no.
not
The guy
counting
who
his other overhead.
the guy who sent it in is from here. It's from
Okay.
America, but he had an artist over. His artist is overseas, so he feels that he's been screwed. Like he hasn't gotten his pages or anything. So
I don't know how many pages
yeah.
that's involved. That's a lot of work.
Yeah. Well,
For
the thing
just
is,
3K.
the thing is, I took the name out because I didn't want people to go bother the guy and message him.
Exactly.
So I took his last
That's-
name out. That's why
yeah.
you see the stars. So if anybody's wondering, I did edit
Well, his
that.
name
email.
isn't Shanola.
No, that part was correct, but there's a lot of them. So yeah. Now here's the next email. Now I want to warn people.
No. We're still on this email. Don't jump emails.
Okay.
We still have a lot to talk about to this guy. This is a loaded email that needs to be discussed.
So I need to bring it back up. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, you can. Do you
Okay.
mind if I get in a soapbox for a minute?
Yeah. Hold on 1 second. Go ahead. Let me
Let
bring
me
the
get
email
it
back
here.
up.
Oh, you're literally pulling out a soapbox?
I'm going to stand on this sucker here for a second.
Oh man.
Dude, Kickstarter. Seriously, that's the start. Second of all, if you only cleared 3.4, cancel the campaign and start over. Now that you have all of the artwork, obviously you're going to impress more people and tell the 3.4 that bought into the campaign, hey, look, I'm refunding all of your money. It's a fail because I didn't make my overhead. Be honest and transparent about what you're doing. If you have faith enough in your product, you're going to sell more the second time around because people are going to know more people are going to see your product. The more you're out there, the more people are going to see you, the more people are going to be willing to invest in. Okay, you promised this book in July, so it's cool. You're not late. Now, if you had waited 3 or 4 months to do this, you'd have been in trouble. But believe me, cancel the campaign, refund the money. Even if you take that, what does Kickstarter charge? 10%, 12% hit that you have to take it. Pay it back. You'll look like the bigger man for it and tell them, look, I need to make money off of this thing, and I've already forked over $3,000 for all of this awesome pencils, colors, inks, and letters. You got a whole product sitting there waiting to be paid. And quite honestly, buddy, from my viewpoint, you ain't getting paid enough. It's not worth your time. You're not going to make any money off of this campaign because the shipping is going to be probably a hell of a lot more than $400.
Yeah. Especially if you have international backers.
Yes, especially if you have international backers. Refund people, take the smaller hit, resolicit the book. Maybe and also at the same time, or resolicit for a better, bigger, slightly bigger product. Now, if you've already got this book at the printer, I'm very sorry for you, because you should have gone in with enough research and you should have known your overhead. Second of all, you jumped the gun when you did your Kickstarter campaign. Don't do a crowdfunding campaign, especially if you're having artwork done from a foreign country, until all of the artwork is in. When you have a product, then you solicit for a product. There are so many people, and you can go back on all of these other different campaigns and see all of these people that have made these constantly bad mistakes by soliciting or starting the crowdfunding campaign before the work is done. Do the work, then solicit for the book. And even though you're obviously just wrote this thing because the guy you paid $3,000 for did all the rest of the work, you'll be able to spend another 30 to 60 days campaigning to attract attention to your work.
Randy.
Yeah.
But he didn't get the pages. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, he didn't?
Oh.
No, he hasn't gotten the pages at all.
So this guy essentially took 3K.
Got my ass. He got his ass for 3 pages.
3K for pages.
Oof.
I'm stuck with a closed campaign and nothing to send. Oh, okay.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
man,
I'm sorry, Mike. I didn't read it all.
I misunderstood. I thought that he got, because the way that he wrote this is very ambiguous.
Yeah, it took me a second.
Yeah.
You're right. Thank you. Thanks for that. I'm sorry, Mike, for the misunderstanding again. But don't solicit for a book unless you got all the pages on
Well,
hand.
but see, because some of that what you said still stands. I mean, you didn't make any money on this campaign.
No, you're and you're way in the negative zone. Don't pay for art you don't have. Don't.
He could very easily get that 3K back.
You might not be able to if the guy's already pulled it out of the bank and spent it.
That's fair, but
don't pay in advance for artwork from people that you don't know. Don't pay it. We've had that discussion already online. You absolutely have got to protect your ass, or this kind of stuff's going to happen. I'm sorry you're out 3K. I'm sorry you're out a book. I would start over and look for somebody local and pay them slowly and understand that you're going to take that 3K hit. But the big thing you need to do is be honest with your backers. Tell them what's happened. Not your fault. Some guy from Nagaland
Careful.
can't deliver. I'm careful. Now that I know it's an actual state. Anyway. Didn't deliver. That person is at fault, not you.
Yeah.
You need to apologize, refund the money, resolicit for the book once you have it all done. Look for a local artist, though. Look for somebody in your own country who's going to be able to do the work.
Or if you are going to be using a cheaper freelance artist from a different country, make sure that they're vetted.
That and pay as you go. He's got 2 pages done. Pay him for 2 pages.
Exactly. Like that's what I did. That's what I did with Elysian Fields. I paid Marcelo, and at this point I feel comfortable to just pay him a sum, and then he continuously sends me work because that he's proven himself to be reliable to me.
I'm not sure where you found the guy. I'm sorry, Mike. Michael.
No, dude, you're all good.
I'm not sure where you found the guy, but it's obviously a suspicious source that the guy's going to scam you like this for 3K. So don't ever pay an artist in advance. This is a lesson that you really need to learn, and grasp with. Try to find somebody local, somebody that you can talk to on a regular basis instead of somebody that apparently has disappeared. Since they gave you nothing.
I'd say this too. There seems to be this idea in comics, and I've seen it to a couple other people, where if someone's overseas, somehow people are figuring, "Oh, I got to pay this guy ahead of time." That needs to stop.
No. Yes.
Randy says, Rob says, page by page. Niobe says, "This is how Niobe is paid. Pay as you go." Rob says, "Never trust anyone with money," and he says, "Money changes people." And that is true. And Larry also said, "I made $1,400 for myself on Indiegogo because the work was already done," just like Rick said. Yeah. Now I do want to bring up the. Are you finished with this one?
I didn't read the comments, or I'd have seen Rob telling me that I was reading it wrong. So, sorry,
should I go to the next one?
Yeah, I was.
Do we have it all covered here?
Yeah, I think so.
Make sure you have a product before you go crowdfunding a product. Make sure you do your research. That's the big thing. So also, and outing that artist. As an a-hole and a crook, absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Don't be afraid to do that.
Maybe ask him to get malaria in his nuts is a bit much, though.
Well, I can understand the bitterness since he didn't get anywhere in the pages.
Although I do like being hung out to dry like a piss bed sheet. That's a nice bit of wordsmithing there.
Obviously, he's a writer.
Yeah.
And he's had that experience before. If you've been in comics for a while, we all get hung out to dry like a piss bed sheet at one point or another.
So the next question, Randy, the next statement is the one that I was worried about putting up tonight. We talked about it.
That's the one you sent me earlier?
Yep.
Yeah.
So here we go.
I should clear my throat.
Get ready.
Get ready, Odin.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's a good one.
Yeah.
It's a good one. He's just a little upset.
Here we go.
Well, my last convention of the year canceled on me. I'm a vendor, or I'm a vendor, parentheses, owner of a small comic store, as well as a self-publisher of my own comic. No Christmas cash, no mad money, nothing except what I might be able to squeeze from online sales as my wife makes... What's that got to do? Anyway, as my wife makes over $200K a year by herself to disqualify me from help. What now? I'm talking about real answers, not your usual smarm, you 2-bit faggot cock-sucking bastard fucks. Real answers, real issues, real people. we're looking for help in this industry.
Whoa.
Dennis Lyle, first we tried to find you, and so far we don't think you're real.
Oh my
So,
God.
real
Yeah.
answers, real issues, real people. Where are you, buddy?
Yeah, I did send an email. I did return an email back to Mr. Lyle, asking could he come in the chat? Could he? I want to talk to him.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
he's angry.
Well, apparently he's really angry at us calling this 2-bit faggot cocksucking bastard fox.
Well,
I don't even understand like why he'd be mad at you guys, because everyone here is like, you know, I haven't been hit by it too much because I haven't been in the convention scene yet, so I haven't gotten to experience the money that you get from that. But like everyone that I've known that has been on this channel, including like you, Randy, Variant, all of you guys, has talked about how the conventions were like a big hit for people when they got canceled. It hurt a lot of people because that was a big way for people to make their extra money and what have you. Like, I don't understand why this guy's angry at you. I feel like you guys would kind of all be on the same side if he weren't being such a belligerent asshole about it.
You know why he's mad at us, Michael?
Why?
Because we're the sup-ass boys.
Okay. Like I would see, and like this, the fact that he has the need to be like, my wife makes over $200K a year, so it just
whoa, $200K a year. This guy's complaining.
yeah. It's like
You know, that's something all of us were just stunned by. Going $200K a year. He's complaining. His wife makes 200. Your wife makes $200K a year.
Oh, God forbid. You know, but that probably means that he's got good credit. He could probably take out a loan or something.
His wife's probably got good credit.
Well, I mean,
he's for some reason he's disqualified. How are you disqualified?
But if you file your taxes joint, what she makes,
even still, Dennis, if you've got provable source of income, I'm here in Michigan. I have literally, I run conventions. I sell stuff. I have my own commercial business. I've been out of business, out of work for 3 weeks. I filed and got unemployment. How come you can't do that? Plus, the more than generous government who seems to print paper on a mimeograph or print money on a mimeograph machine is giving you $600 a week. Yeah. So why are you not getting help?
Pop
that sounds like a personal initiative problem that you haven't checked into.
Pop says, "Crime Con 4, you whining bitch." Niobe says, "Here's my real answer. Give up, sunshine. You're not special. Everyone has issues, man. I got 12 long boxes full of them." Rob says, "You are not alone. There are many in the same boat." Rob says, "Your wife makes $200K. Stop bitching, you elitist prick. Thanks for writing in." Pop says, "Damn, other people trying to help." Rob says, "And $200K a year is in chump change. Treat her good."
Says,
now you're Rick and Morty.
Morty.
Rob says,
"Until this guy's not living in our reality."
Rob says he's mad because his wife is more man than him and needs a bigger relationship. You know, I know about that.
Yeah. And he's transferring on to us, calling us
I think it's time to put up
bastard fucks.
I think it's time to put up the "if Rob Anderson hurt you."
Yeah. Tell her you'll make it up to next year. That's what Ralph suggests. Chuck says, "My answer is that comic stores are begging for books, including indie books. There's a huge list that are excited to bring in something new. Hell, on Tuesday night, Jen King sells a fuck ton of indies on our live show. I sold dozens of books per show with her alone." Art says, "This guy's upset
and I have to tell you, I have sold a fuck ton of books before. It is a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love fuck tons."
Art says, this guy is upset because his wife is a breadwinner and he's feeling emasculated. Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
She's probably coming in with the strap on by now.
That's what it sounds like.
Tonight, I do you.
Oh, you think this Dennis might be Preston Volter or what? Holy crap. No, I'm sorry, Dennis. I didn't mean to insult you that much.
Heather says, "Fuck, I've been making $4,000 a year. How much am I $200K a year?"
Yeah. If I made $200K last year, I sure would be bitching about the situation I'm in now. But
Pop says, Rob called it. And Ralph says, and online is all you got at the moment. So look at different ways to sell online.
Yep.
Rob says he gets Preston at home.
Yeah, Preston.
Rob
Should be a
Griffin says
capital P, Rob. Anyway,
Amazon,
never mind.
eBay, do some comic auctions, use Facebook Marketplace. Niobe Comics says, "Damn, Heather is rich compared to me." Yeah, I keep trying to sell Heather on a throuple situation. We can move her into the marriage, Lola. We'll move her into the marriage, and it'll be great. But like Wolverine and Jean, and Cyclops. She doesn't talk to you, Heather. What's the problem? Let's get this together.
And for more of that kind of talk, you want to be at Geekgasm Wednesday nights, 9 p.m.
Another thing, by the way, though, listen, sir, Dennis, 2-bit.
Is that Dennis or Denise?
Everything else is okay. 2-bit, like, I okay. You can identify everything else, but 2-bit, sir, I take offense to 2-bit. I take offense to 2-bit, sir. I'm at least 3 pennies.
He's cheap. He's cheap. His wife made $200K
I'm at least
last year.
worth
Holy
5
shit!
pennies.
All he can spare is 2 bits.
Yeah, like, please, sir, please, another bit.
Well, I don't know if he was referring to us as much as the faggot cocks. The faggot cocks might actually be 2-bit.
Well, I can't believe he called us that. It's like live, and he knows it's gonna go on there. And I was gonna edit it, but then I want everyone to see Dennis's hate.
We probably
really
just got tossed off of. I should have been more careful about the verbiage because we probably just got tossed. Yeah, we did.
Did we?
That looks like it.
I'm pretty sure it will be at some point.
You might have to restart us. No, there we are. Okay.
I want to bring up this. Pop says I'm doing my 4th free con. Been trying to help industry people. Then I see this guy on a 200K tit. Rob says evolve or die. 200K tit. I wish
I had a 200K tit.
Yeah, well, yeah, me too. Shit.
Oh, here we go. Look at our numbers. Just left 10 here on YouTube.
Sure.
Keep that up. You wish you had a what?
Niobe says, Niobe's back in local shops. We call this victory. Heather says, knock it out before I spank you. Hey, now. There we go. Variant is 64 bits. He's super NES. She says, Heather says, spankings are fun. Rob will know that. Rob's got whole stickers. Well, here's the problem. 2-bit, all that anger and frustration, it seems to me like Dennis is not understanding. You've got 200K. You're probably in a better situation than a lot of people.
Quite frankly, we are all astonishingly laughing at your 200K. Because all of us are lucky. All of us are lucky to pull down a 10th to a 5th of that, buddy. So
sorry, your wife has to keep bailing out your store.
You might need to look at the products you're promoting.
Is your wife happy, sir? Because if she's not, I could
make sure she was.
Some of that 200K she's offering. I mean, yeah. Now we check your rich privilege. There we go. Check. And then Ralph says, find comic groups that have interest in the types of comics you sell. Silver Age, modern indies. Rob says his wife told him he has to shut down his hobby and come home and clean the house and do the dishes.
I was gonna suggest something like that, but yes.
You do realize that Dennis is going to right back in next week, right? I mean,
that's only a success.
I want to be here for that. Please make sure. Like if he brings back, I want in.
He's gonna say we're all from Nagaland next week. Watch and see. He's gonna call it. He's gonna.
I don't think that'll be pronounced that way, but I'm sure you will conveniently edit that out.
Yeah. I am amazed he can read. Yeah.
I want to read his comic. That's what I want to read.
Yeah, I was trying to find him on Google this entire time, and I can't.
So you guys want to bring the man's comic and upset him even more?
No, I don't
even care about that. I want to put a face to this comment.
Why you feel you're so helpless, Dennis, is beyond me. There's plenty of ways to get help out there, even if your wife is pulled down 200K. My wife pulls down considerably more money than I do, though I pulled down enough to live on if I had to. But I still went out there and got unemployment plus the government payoff. So
I want to know
that runs at least until the end of July. And if they get another stimulus package up, it's going to run until the end of
Yeah,
December.
that's what they're saying. That's what they're saying they're going to do. Trump's saying that they're doing a whole another stimulus bill.
Well,
I was.
We'll see what happens. We can't keep mimeographing money. Yeah.
Yeah.
Niobe says, "Look, if we live in a world where we cannot troll idiots, then I want a new world to live in." And he says, "Me and Heather are now friends." Anderson says, Dennis Randy will check his books and we'll see if there are fucks to give over your small world problems. Yeah, Randy, how your book?
Yeah. What?
Look. It's the book of fucks.
Oh, yeah. Here, hang on. No, I don't. Holy
no.
crap, what happened to it? Oh, here it is. Here it is. I can check it. Let me see here. I think it's under the chat. 200K. No, I got nothing. There's nothing in there, buddy. Sorry. No fucks to give.
Jeez.
Called a 2-bit F word.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said that verbally a couple of times. I said it's not a word to use. I apologize for that usage in reading.
It was directed toward Mike, though. I mean, I don't understand. Mike has a feel. Let's take a look at what
derogatory remark about.
Was that the only really bad one, or are we about to get hit with some?
That is it.
Isn't that enough?
That is it. We do get questions from Indie Radio, but before we move into those, I want to check out and see what Mike has.
What's our numbers now that we've mentioned the F words 3 times?
32,000 listening right now in Indie Live.
Bingo! There we go. Thanks, Dennis.
Oh, man.
Thanks, Dennis. You son of a, you know what,
buddy. Don't ever be afraid to write us here at indievolt.com. Remember, our feedback will be better because of your setback.
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag get an education. Hashtag
I think that's the first time I've seen that one. I know that that you guys have played around with the with the diamond logo, but oh man,
our hashtag
that shit just makes me giggle.
Will be better because of your setback.
And the next time you
as
write
our
in,
radio numbers bump.
Of all that derogatory language, you know, I will
to be continued.
Release your email to the alphabet people and see how you like that.
Oh,
but I am
ding.
Well, let's take a look at your book.
He's got a box. He's got some scissors.
I've had some predictions. One of my favorite ones that I got so far was Gwyneth Paltrow's head. That's a nice little Seven reference.
Where is this from? This isn't the Lane Bryant box, is it?
No, this is from Hero and Villain Designs. And he said that good luck. It's boxed thrice, not twice, but thrice.
One of those.
It's a box in a box in a box. It's one of those Russian dolls. He's just
exactly. Box. That was actually my comment. As I was gonna joke, I told him I was gonna joke about that. I couldn't find.
Live
deep
opening.
Inside the 10th box, you'll find a keychain.
All right, so we're through the first box, guys. We're through the first box.
Pop says you
English cigarette. Yeah, there you go.
Does he want you to sell the books for him? I mean, what can you guys do really? Can we start a GoFundMe for tissues for Dennis? And
no, his wife probably has a supply.
Pop says
I feel like that'd be a worthy cause. His wife clearly a bit emasculated at home, and he needs something to weep into.
His wife buys the puff tissues with aloe. Man, come on.
Oh, man.
Now we all know how he self-publishes his book, right?
You can see this. Look at the amount, like. So
there we go. It's a box in a box.
He really went the extra mile in protecting these.
1 second, real quick. Pop says, do not ever say the name of Dennis's book until he apologizes. No for publicity. And Naomi says, I'm going to steal a Lola.
Nope.
She says, nope. Okay, GoFundMe for testosterone. That could work. Let's see what you got there, Michael. You're wrestling with a box. This is turning pretty pornographic.
Larry can't steal Heather anyway. The border is closed and probably will be for the rest of the year. We can pick on Larry all we need to. He can't come over this way. Unless he can prove to somebody at the border that he's essential.
Oh, boy. Look at that.
Ah, the Prince.
So this
Elysian
is,
Fields.
these are the O'Reilly.
That's not lingerie at all.
Oh man, that's pretty.
Oh, it's a poster.
Yeah, this is
Okay.
That's one of the things. We do have these two other boxes.
And we lost him. Ladies and gentlemen, he's gone. We have the Circle of Doom. Are you still there, Varian? You're muted.
I'm here. I'm just watching. We're having NASA-like communication issues with Michael Owen, who's coming to us from the moon.
Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah. This is Boxception is what Rival Steve said.
Bob says he's a rookie.
Niobe says, Randy just crushed my hopes and dreams. Awesome, Michael. And Pop says rookie. Yeah.
That's what I do best, Larry.
Crushing hopes and dreams.
Crush hopes and dreams. Just talking Varian. I critiqued his artwork once. He hasn't done a whole page since.
Kind of true. Oh, we lost Michael completely. He'll pop back in. I'm gonna throw the link to join us now, and if you want to comment,
Boxception. Oh, he's gone, completely gone.
Yeah, he's
Come back to us, Odin.
There he is.
Oh man! So while I was moving the box, the edge of the box hit my power button on my laptop.
There you go.
Which is all sorts of fun. And then, I believe these are the main event. I think. Goodness gracious.
Where are you at, Michael? Where do you live?
I live in Virginia.
Okay. Well, that explains why your camera keeps shaking like it's an earthquake.
Well, it's because it's on the coffee table and these things are heavy. Oh my goodness!
I'm just being an ass. Excuse me.
I know, Randy. Yeah. I've been on this show enough times. All right, guys.
There it is. Look at that, shiny and new.
Oh man, these are pretty.
Pretty.
Here, let's take this one out here.
Each one's bagged and boarded.
Yep, Hero and Villain Designs has a special now.
Link is in the chat if anybody wants to join us. Link is in the chat.
And oh boy.
Oh
man, in the chat. This is so cool. I might cry on camera, guys.
I thought you were talking about Link being an actual person. So, go ahead, Mike. You can cry on the camera. It just adds to the ratings. Just look at any of the singing programs. Whenever they cry, the ratings go up.
Let's see.
Looks good.
Oh, it's very pretty. I'm trying to find. Let's see.
Just got
pull up a nice little two.
We did just get a new image. I got to share from Niobe. Sent in a new image. Oh, look at that color work. That came out really nice.
So these got the gloss pages, everything. A nice little art gallery in the back. I have a little quote from the Iliad to close out the book.
That's cool. I did get a new picture from Niobe for Randy. Randy, here you go.
Who what?
New picture.
Oh, there you go. Awesome. It's a start. He doesn't quite have my hairline though. Okay.
Look at that rear cover. It's so shiny.
Awesome.
Oh, he's showing the shiny new rears.
Yeah.
I'm bringing two other people who joined us. 1 second, real quick. We got Pops Van Zandt and Niobe in the chat. Real cool. Jumped in to say something about our show today.
Well, I'll tell you this: if you got Pops and me in the same show, it's already gone downhill, bro.
Yeah, we just throw Rob in here now. Let's get rid of Lola and bring Rob in.
I just want to say hi to my new friend Heather that's out there.
Okay, all right.
And I also want to give Michael a huge congratulations on getting books, man. Every time you get like your book and you get to hold that sucker in your hand for the very first time. It's like mind-blowing, brother. You know what I'm saying?
I'm honestly elated right now. I can't even begin to describe the feelings that I have.
Well, I can. It's like a kid on Christmas. That's exactly how I felt, man.
Yeah, I didn't mean to step on you, Larry. It's literally a high that you'll never forget. First time you hold that first book in your hand.
Dude, I got books coming in next week.
Again, I do want to
Like
See,
this
look
is
at this.
so pretty. So all of the deluxe backers are getting one of these.
Now that's folded, right? That'll be folded.
Yes, you can even see the creases right here.
Mhm.
It'll probably be inside your guys' bags and boards because that'll be the easiest way to do it.
Mhm.
But man, I am literally on the verge of tears. This is really cool.
That's done by Jim O'Reilly, right?
Yeah, Jim O'Reilly knocked this out of the park. So there's a cool story with that is that somebody had taken a look at my concept and was like, "This is really cool. It's like if you made a tournament book out of Conan characters." And so I was like, "That's actually like that. It's close. Like that's actually a pretty good description." Because Conan has a lot, like it has that kind of old world mythology feel to it. And so when I went to Jim, I was like, hey, I sent him a few different Conan the Barbarian covers from like those old hand painted ones. And I was just like, do you think you could make something that looks along this? And he was like, I think I have an idea. And he did that. And it's so good.
I got a story about Jim O'Reilly. Jim O'Reilly did a Niobe fan drawing on Drawn and Quartered. I loved it so much. I messaged him. He sent me the drawing for free and some prints, brother. That's the kind of dude he is.
Absolutely. He did that for me because we were on Geekgasm together. That was it. That was all that like. And then when I asked him to do,
are you telling me that Geekgasm had you guys come together?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Wow.
That's
Geekgasm Wednesday nights at 9 p.m.
Damn, look at
Jim
this.
O'Reilly right here.
Yeah, look at that.
Jim O'Reilly sent me
such a
this.
talented dude, and he's so humble. Like he when he sent me that drawing, when he sent me it completed with coloring, he was just like, you can send it to your color, because he sent me it with like black and white and a few different iterations of it. He's like, you can send it to your colorist if you want. I'm not really a professional colorist. And I looked at his post and was like, are you freaking kidding me? Like,
I do want to bring up something. Heather says hi, best friend, and then I know she's talking to Lola or
No, she's
Larry.
talking to me now.
but she also said she was back. She had to answer someone on Messenger. I guess someone's looking for my sister because she blew up someone's car. If you watch, is your sister Stargirl? Because if you watch Stargirl, she did. This
well, I'm hoping it wasn't a physical blow up and more of like, when somebody blows up the bathroom.
I really wanted to say congratulations to Michael getting them in hand. I know that.
Yes.
I know that's special. Me and him, we've been talking a lot lately, and I know that means a lot to him. And I just wanted to say, Dennis, wake up. Come on, man. There's all kinds of people out there trying to help. There are virtual cons all over the place. There are people trying to help people in the industry, and you're out here like, got back up and crying. Get out of here, man.
That his wife makes six figures. So like,
Rob Anderson says he'd be happy to come on the show and have Dennis show him where life hurt him.
Well, look, it's amazing that you guys would get an email.
Check's hurting him at, man. Come on, go do the dishes, dude. Seriously. Go do the dishes.
It's amazing you guys would get an email like that. I mean, like COVID has like affected everyone seemingly for months now. All conventions, especially where I live, are all shut down. But I'm not going to email Indie Vault and whine and cry on your guys' lap over. Like I just don't understand this. It's kind of weird.
I'll run through a string of explanations because, dude, I lost 2 conventions that I throw. That was hard money for me. I've lost so much business this year. It's not even funny. And I bitched about it too, but I went out there and found some solutions.
I tried to bring the screen back to Pops because I see what he's doing. I couldn't get my mouse to move that quick. I was trying. Pops is feeling very happy.
What was he doing?
Well, look, I'll tell you something about Pops. I always call Pops the Lemmy of comic books, like Lemmy from Motorhead, because that's what he kind of looks like this old badass from Motorhead, man, and he kind of like shoots straights and tells it like it is, and he does have this online con. Pops, this is going to be your 4th online con, is that correct? Number 4, brother. So there you go. Creators, get out there, man. The only hustle that you can blame is your own.
Pops, you okay?
If
All
I
right,
come,
Pops.
Croak on
I
the
got-
live, brother.
You know, we got the corona positive household, so you know.
yeah,
No,
I think
we're
that,
good.
You're still negative though, right?
yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean my son was positive. Then he went back to work. Then his wife had to go, or soon to be wife, had to go get tested. So she go back to work. Well, now she's positive. They don't tell us if they tested for the virus or the antibodies. So we don't know if we had it or if we have it. So we're going on like day 23 of
quarantine.
quarantine or whatever, and it's like
I do want to mention though that Pops is not coughing because of COVID.
that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. That one guy,
Okay, no,
that
that-
one guy.
that was a self-inflicted cough because
No, we're really good. I mean, you know,
There was
none of us have been sick. There's
let's
7 people in the house, age range 4 to 56.
Mhm.
You know, I mean, if we had, we thought we had it like way back in December, because I had something in my chest I couldn't get rid of for like 3 weeks, man.
let's just say that Pops
So
cough.
we're thinking we just had it a long time ago, and then we just, you know, they did the antibody test.
Pop's cough came because there was a boxer. There was a boxer that you guys don't know about this. He lives with a professional Golden Gloves boxer, and when he was off camera, he took a hit, and he didn't. So yeah, that was I got to get rid of some people though, because
All right. Well, get rid of me here first, but I just want to say, Michael, congratulations on your comic. Man, it's great, man. Like I said, opening up a box of comics that's yours, you get to hold it, feel it in your hand, flip through it is like one of the best things you can have. I want to give a shout out to Pops. Pops actually appears in Todd Maroney, Mike Barron's Florida Man.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to be in that comic now too. So me and Pops,
All right.
You know, I made that happen, people.
yeah, me and Pops can now say we're in the same comic book. And I guys want to give you an exclusive, an Indie Volt exclusive. I've just gotten this cover in like 5 minutes ago from Mr. RB White. I want to show it to you. I'm dying to show it to you. It's like a kid on Christmas. Actually, it won't show up. I'll have to send it to Varian a little later because it's a TIFF file, and for some reason,
They don't like it when
yeah, stream. Oh wait, no, I got it. Maybe no. Wait, there we go. Boom.
Right.
This is from Mr. RB White. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
So that just came in. He's like, "Did you get the email?" I'm like, "What email?" He's like, "I sent you 2 files, man." I said, "Okay, let me go check." And this is while we were talking. Now, the second file I can't show you guys because it'll be the first time that Niobe's ever done a risque cover.
Mm-hmm.
So you can imagine which part is missing. Okay, and I blame this all on James E. Noble from Totally Rad Comics. Just you know, he sent me a pile of books. I want to thank him for that too. He sent me a pile of Totally Rad comic books, and they were totally rad. So we're going to offer the very first risque Niobe comic book cover. It's not something we plan to do often, but it's going to be rare. It's going to be limited, and we hope it goes well. We're going to do a Kickstarter, I think, at the end of summer. And Varian, I want you to contact me again down the road about this indie event thing you were speaking about.
Yeah, the indie event. I will have people contact you. I'm not really a big part of putting it together, but I have been told to gather people for the show, so I will make sure that you get some information for it because it's in July. So.
And before we toss you, Larry, tell the audience where they can get your stuff.
Right now I have a Gumroad store, so it's gumroad.com/Niobe Comics. And I just have some spare issues of Niobe that I have left lying around the house listed up there, plus digital files. Niobe Comic on Twitter, Rebel Gaming XXX on YouTube and on Twitch, man.
And you also have a show, right? That run on YouTube on a regular basis?
Oh, we used to be a regular. Now we just kind of do it when we want. It's kind of random and sporadic. I wouldn't mind getting back to some sort of regular format, but we'll figure that out. Pops is more the guy that has regular shows. For sure.
And we're gonna get rid of Niobe. We're gonna bring in B Lord.
Bounce you, Larry. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. I'll be in contact, sir.
Thanks for the best wishes, man.
Michael, you rock, man, and I look forward to see what comes next, brother.
Absolutely.
Thanks, guys.
Yep. See you later, Larry.
Let me throw my little plugs out here and get out you guys' way too.
All
so
right.
you can get on with your show.
You can do that.
We're excited for you to be in Elysian Fields as Odin.
We're gonna.
Yeah, I wasn't going to tell anybody, but now that you let the cat out the bag,
Dude, I am
gonna
so
be in.
pumped. I've already sent Marcelo your profile shot that you sent me. So he has that in his head. It'll be a little bit before we see your Odin in the book, but I did want to let everyone know that for everything that Pops does for the community and has done to help promote everybody, we are gonna be throwing him in the book.
Cool.
It's just another amazing thing that's happened to me in the last few months. I don't even know how to explain that.
Pops, tell everybody where they can find the cons at.
But this weekend is CromCon 4. We're doing it in the Facebook group Comic Related Madness. We broadcast it out from there. We share it to every single group that I know of that will let me. So we try to get as much exposure for it as we can while it's live, while it's going on. We got some awesome guests this time too, man. I got all CB Zane, all the people from the Fairy Diaries are coming out. All the people from Third Empire are coming out. Yes, Jim O'Reilly, Raj Mahan, all them guys are coming out. I had another little story about Jim O'Reilly, who also is drawing Pops in a book, in the Mojo origin story.
I'm so
It's like this is hitting me from every angle. I'm like interdimensional now. I'm waiting for the crossovers.
That's the link, Rob. If you're still watching, Rob, you're looking for a link to do a crossover. Every single Pops appearance is a multi-dimensional being, and it brings everyone together. There we go.
Crazy, because it's also like I'm gonna have in my hand this week the first cameo appearance of Pops. It was in the crew number 2, and I'm finally gonna have the first one that's got me in it. But there are so many people that are doing something with me or with my likeness, and it's really blowing me away. I'm a little bit embarrassed about it. I ain't gonna lie. But CromCon 4 is where all you creators, all the real people are coming out, man. I'm getting some credibility. We got Arizona Power Girl, Karen Nicole, coming out. Fire Bitch, Confessions of a Cosplay Diva. I mean, I'm blown away by what it's grown into. Dennis, you see, you could have been on, dude.
Yeah, you could have been. Pops, I want to thank you for coming on. We will check in with you in the madness, and maybe I'll try to bring you on in the morning, and we'll talk to you about it before, on Thursday morning show.
All right, cool.
Until then, sir, you have a good night.
You all have a good night, Michael. Congratulations, bro.
Thanks so much, man.
All right, Pops, we'll see you.
All right.
Take care, Pops. We'll see you.
You see, we have a new guest. B Lord is here. Hello.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Pretty good. Now, B, you got sent over here. You have a book, Sins of the Fate. Is that it?
Yep, that's it, man.
And there's the kick. Almost a Kickstarter. Sorry. There is the Indiegogo campaign for Sins of the Fae. Tell us a little bit about it.
Sure, man. Basically, it is like it says in the tagline: Nikki and her family clash against ancient gods to hold off the apocalypse. It's what happens is Nikki Caramore, the main character. Her two daughters are deemed sins of the Fae. They were never supposed to be born. By these ancient sleeping gods, think like Cthulhu, sleeping under the ocean, the dreaming ones, and their minions want those children dead, and Nikki's like not having it, and so they're the whole thing is they sort of want to destroy humanity, enslave it, and the Fae have ventured into the world accidentally, and they won't let them, and so the Fae and the Fae and the minions of the sleeping gods are just having this like ancient epic war that's been going on and is coming to a head now that these two kids have been born. And this is just the beginning of it, where they begin to come after the family themselves, and Nikki has to like gear up. We even have you come down, we have this sort of metaphorical scene where it's like a Rocky montage, or not Rocky, but a Rambo montage, where she's getting dressed, looking sexy, she's getting her six gun.
Sold. That's it. So
Already backing. Already backed.
quickly, the debit card, quickly.
So this is her getting ready to go, changing her life from a single mom to a woman who has to defend herself and her family.
I tell you what, man, I'm excited that you're using the Fae because they are not touched enough in media. You get an occasional person that touches into them every now and again, but like Celtic mythology is super interesting, and the Fae are really cool when you go and you look into them.
Well, this is a bit different in that what I've done with that is the whole impetus of it was that I saw a long time ago with this girl. I saw the second Twilight movie. I don't know what the subtitle is, but I saw I saw the second Twilight movie, and I was like, why are the vampires glowing? And I came up with the idea that the working theory that the Stephanie Morrison wanted that she wanted to write a story about fairies, but she went into her her editor, and editor said vampires sell better. I'd say a few $1 billion later, she made the right decision. Yeah. But I wanted to make a fairy that could kick a vampire's butt. And then as I got into it, I'm like, you know what? I love mythology from all different countries. I love and I read like Dennis Froud, like with his book of he said that fae and fairies and those kind of creatures are just like all the creatures that come from all the different worlds. Mm-hmm. So what I basically did is I created this cosmology where there are 7 worlds around our world. All 7 of those worlds are fae. And what happens is for one of them to visit another, they have to come through our world. Our world's a bridge, and that's why some of them get stuck. And then sometime in the early 1900s, we got together and created a technology called Luxdatone that basically allowed us to visit one another. And so we started creating settlements on each side.
That's really cool. I really dig that. You already had me sold with the art, but that is an incredibly creative thing. I will be backing this book as soon as I can.
Yeah, it looks pretty good, and I know you have a video up there. Does the video have any copyrighted music in there?
Yeah, let me. There's a little bit. Let me reshare so I can put the audio back on.
Okay. Well, does it have any copyrighted music in there? Should we worry about? Because they'll pull us if we.
No, it doesn't.
All right, cool.
No copyright. All right. It's all original.
Very good, very good. And then we're going to our Rogue said that's effed up, man. I think he was referring to some of the email we received. He says most of my exposure to the Fae is from D&D, and Pop says thanks, my friends. You guys rock no matter what Rob says about you, no matter what Dennis says about us. Who Mr. Lyle, who wrote in earlier. Gee whiz, geez, Randy, you think you meant it?
They always mean it, buddy. We just let it roll off our backs.
I mean,
they do it with love. They do it with love.
Very good, very good. All right, we got the video pulled up. Go ahead, let's check this out.
Hit expand it.
You make it full screen?
Yeah.
Expand it, buddy.
Yeah, there we go.
Boom.
Very good.
Looks good. Looks good.
Now you got 37 days left, and hold on one second. I thought I pulled the campaign up. Turns out I didn't. Hold on. And you are there. We go. Okay. You're past your goal, so the project's funded. And you were looking to ship this book in December 2020.
Yeah, we gave ourselves about 4 months of production, and we really only have about seven pages left. What happened was, and we wouldn't even have that except that I changed the intro because I
Mhm.
wanted to change the entry point of the story.
Mhm.
I wrote the original story. It's a 5 manuscript epic series,
Mhm.
and this is chapter 1 of book 1.
Okay.
So this could go on for a very long time if people enjoy it and I can get the audience to support it.
yeah.
It's it is I mean, obviously it's a labor of love. I mean, one of the reasons that I got into it was because I got turned down at I paid like about $1,000 to see an agent at
Mm.
a Anne Rice convention in New Orleans, and I got $1,000 got you a sit-in with an editor and an agent to see if you could get your manuscript bid on. And they looked at me, and they, like, when they saw me, their heads went down, and I'm like, what? And they're like, well, you look like a white guy and we can't market you.
Oof.
That's horrible. I've
Is
been
that,
hearing
is that
Yeah,
exactly
yeah.
what they said?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
that's like that is the shit. I've been hearing a lot of that here lately. For like, I was on a stream the other day, and one of the creators on there that has a project that I'm also very excited about, and I backed, was like effectively like he co-writes stuff, he co-does stuff with his wife, and when they were looking at DC, the DC agent was just like, yeah, put everything just under your wife's name because we won't be able to market you.
Mm.
Yeah.
I do have a question. The artwork is done by Joe Sanchez. The name sounds very familiar, but when I was looking at it, it reminds me a lot of why am I blinking on names today? Been called so many, I think I forgot all the real names of people. Reminds me a lot of Frank Cho in a way. The artwork I see, it's a. You don't think so?
I don't know. I
I
mean, when
thought
I
Randy
was,
said no. Like what?
I don't
No.
see it.
You know? No. But
No, don't get me wrong. The artwork is amazing and very professional looking, but I don't see a lot of Frank Cho there.
I don't know. I do. I think it's a pretty book. I'm definitely going to back it. But I would. Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at the art. I'm scrolling all the way down the page, and you've got.
If you scroll down to that awesome picture of the dragon, that's incredible.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. Yeah.
Look at that.
This is so
That is
freaking
great.
man.
yeah, that's Calidbolg. There are 2 dragon, or there are like 2 Pendragons. What I did is I created like one of the characters. His name is CJ, and I don't think we had some art, but it hasn't been developed for him yet because he's not really in that first chapter. But I decided to change the entry point to put him and the daughters in, so that you at least get a taste of them, and it comes in at it adds conflict and tension right away. So I think in a visual medium that's going to be better. But anyways, this is Calidbolg, and Calidbolg is like the family dragon. I think, yeah, right here. If you see, like, she throws the rifle into the air, and then she shouts the name Calidbolg and the words of Odin, and the rifle itself turns into a smaller version of him.
That's so freaking cool. I'm sorry, I'm geeking out really hard.
And then
I found out about something about dragons today that I did not like. So, and I love dragons, but I found out about Dracophilia today, and
Okay.
I'm like, what? People are actually, but yeah, people actually turned on by dragons.
Hey man, it's a rule of the internet, right?
yeah,
Somebody's turned on by it.
If it exists, there's porn of it, dude.
Yeah, but this dragon is awesome. Now this right here, I need a toy of on my desk.
So yeah, so this is the like a small version of Calidbolg because she's just coming into her ability.
Mm-hmm.
Because what happens is, like I said, she's sort of gearing up in this novel, and I mean the story here kind of explains it. Just come down to this portion, and you can really tell where she's at. The humans hate her because she's a witch. The Fae hate her because they think she killed her husband, the Lord of Viridis. The coven she left behind no longer exists. Her former sisters are in chains or in the grave. She's on her own, and she must face the crimes of her past for her children to have a future. And so what she has to actually do is she goes to the world of the dead to ask her grandmother for help. And her grandmother gives her everything she's got because as a spirit, she's only a memory. So she trades her the ability to cast spells and use magic for the memories they made of each other. And as she casts these spells, she loses her grandmother in the process. Her grandmother literally fades from existence.
You got some stretch goals here. You got once you cross, and I think you're the 3,000.
Yeah, we did a 3,000. I got my
bookmarks.
colorist is also my art director.
Mhm.
and he's creating we're creating bookmarks because let me go back up here. Okay.
Mhm.
Up here, you see the words that she's doing here?
Yeah.
This is an actual runic alphabet that we created. It's based on Icelandic, Viking, and Klingon, but it has 29 letters in it, like the Norwegian alphabet does.
Mhm.
And this is what we want to do is we're going to put like like a little like a white box here that has it easily read so that you can do it. And the bookmarks are actually a runic decoder bookmark. It's
Yeah.
going to have you're going to have the ability to decode what they're saying. So like right here, what she's saying is burn.
Ah.
That's so cool, man.
Yeah.
Like,
I do want to. We got 37,000 people listening to Indie Radio. Shout out to the UK, to Paris, Mexico, and Portugal. But I do have a question about this particular book from someone who wrote in, and this is from Sarah, who wrote in, and she wants to know if you're doing international shipping on this book. She loves dragons and fairies, and was wondering if you're doing international shipping. I
Yes.
believe, yeah. I think it says you're shipping anywhere, right? Yeah. So ships worldwide. You can, if you're listening on Indie Radio, Sins of the Fates, SINS of the FAE, Sins of the Fae, on Indiegogo. I just want to remind them while we're talking about it, where they can check that book out. Continue.
Absolutely.
And Scott Rosema, I have sent you a direct link on your Facebook.
Oh yeah. Eric says sounds terrific. Love the Mama Bear vibe, and says secret decoder bookmark.
Yep.
That bookmark needs to be shiny. That's how you'll definitely get me in.
That's a great idea.
You make the bookmark shiny. That's how Michael got me. He made a shiny cover on his book Elysian Fields, and I'm like,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, what we
cover's
want to
shiny?
do,
I
if we can,
thought you were talking about Michael Turner there for a second.
well, yeah, that got me too. But
if we get
that was
the
the door hanger that got you there.
if we can get up to like 10 to 15,000, because most of this I've paid for. The art is fairly expensive, but I feel like it's an investment in my future. It's an investment into a small business, and so I get it, and I'm fine with that. But what we want to do if we get the money is there's like her hair is supposed to be silver. We couldn't really make it silver-ish because of the whole idea. Like basically, it just wouldn't look good. It wouldn't appear very well on the page. But if we can silver foil it, or silver ink it, that kind of thing, then it'll look really good as the
what do you
comics
need
come
to
out.
get to that?
What do we need to get to that? Probably like 10.
All right,
Because
I'm gonna be pushing this like literally everywhere that I can.
hey, I appreciate it.
Like,
But
that sounds freaking awesome.
well, the reason why we want to do that, and the reason why that's a thing, is if you see like the actual logo. Let me see if I can find the logo here. This is designed by Xevious as well, he's made logos for like billion-dollar companies, literally. But he really liked the book, so he wanted to do this. If you see this, this is a tree with like blood, and there's kind of a myriad design in the Fae, and it's all supposed to be like a tertiary read. Like you're supposed to get like a haiku. That's how he said. Like Chip Kidd is a great like logo and cover design, and he's like covers and logos are like a haiku that says what the story is about right there in so many few lines. And the thing is like the tree is the tree of Yggdrasil. Her coven was the coven of the holy oak, the world tree. She is a child of the world tree. That's one of the reasons why she is the whole deal is that like she had the kids, because the world tree can create any worlds. The silver oak that protects the witches can create any flower, any fern, anything can grow from its bough. And from her, any seed, she can bear any seed, including a highborn, which aren't supposed to have children. So when they had children, that was a big deal, and that's the crux of the book.
That's so freaking cool. I can't get over it. I'm a huge mythology and fantasy nut. And like this is just like it. You take myth, you take fantasy, you take comic books, and you throw them into one thing in a giant melting pot of awesome, and I'm all about it. This is so cool.
Yeah, I mean that's what it kind of like. What I say is it's mythology put through my own personal lens. Like if you see these kind of creatures here, we can't really see it in here, but you'll see like it's got like a building on it, and it's kind of strange. What these are what I call ghouls, because I wanted to recreate the idea of a ghoul. And so what the ghoul is it's a a sort of policing spirit that travels around the world of the dead. And if the living break the covenant of silence, if they speak, then these undead come alive. And what they do is they gather whatever mass is around them. So if it's rock, plant, wood, tree, bone. So the reason why the ghouls say like on the other side look like they do is because the mass they gather is from a graveyard.
Dude, I can't believe that this cover B only has 6 claimed. I'm going to be fixing that here soon. I'll probably be getting this when I get paid here next. But like, I love this B cover. I love all this color coming in here. Mm-hmm. I know that there isn't as much shown on it, but it's so striking.
Yeah, we wanted to have one cover that was like that made you wonder like what happened.
Yeah, and it does that. Like this is the like I like this first cover, but this second cover is like it's like yeah, okay, that's the one I'm getting. It's very like it's just gorgeous, and I love the use of like the pinks and the reds and the billowing of this smoke, and everything's just it's chaotic and pretty.
Yep. The whole idea is that I wanted the view, I wanted the silhouette of them inside of this firestorm as they're trying to stay alive. Because the whole thing is like, this is her grandmother here. And you see her grandmother still got the rifle. So she hasn't passed it on, she hasn't given it on yet. And you're like, well, how does she get it? I want you to, open the book to find out.
Yeah.
And again, anybody out there listening and Indie Volt Radio, we are talking about Sins of the Fae. That's FAE, available on Indiegogo. So feel free to jump over there and take a look at this great book.
Yeah, the riddle does look good. I would like to let me see here. Indie Volt Radio question. Speaking of which, Randy. Speaking of crowdfunding, because you mentioned it earlier, Randy. Gentleman writes in. He says that beware when you're running crowdfunding campaigns. He's currently going through a divorce, and they have actually seized his crowdfunding campaign.
Yeah, very sorry to hear that. You're going through a divorce. That's never any fun.
Yeah,
that can happen. Absolutely, they can, especially if your ex-wife is rather spiteful and wants to grab some of that money.
Jeez.
Well, I'm single, so
I know of people that have ran campaigns that have run into the child support, that have run into IRS, that have run into multiple problems. So you do have to be careful when you're crowdfunding and stay aware that money is, once it hits your account, if you have anything that any debtors or anything like that can tap your account, they will tap your account.
Yeah.
And they'll grab and take that money.
Keep it secret, keep it safe.
Yeah. Did I mention I just got Lone Star 2 last week?
Oh.
That was months and months late.
Yeah,
perhaps for that very reason.
This is why people write in, Randy, and call us names. I don't know if you were there for that, buddy.
Dude, I'm only being factual. I'm being as honest and as helpful as possible. We all need to learn from people's mistakes. Don't forget, don't forget. Our feedback is better because of your setback. Whatever lessons that we can teach.
We've been
a valuable lesson. Somebody on Indie Volt Radio wants you to know. Be careful. This stuff happened. I really hope that the radio listener who wrote in gets that straightened out. He's just going to have to make his wife understand and try to leave that money alone.
Yeah, that money can, that crowdfunding money is usually to pay back, the investments you made on the art, or to even get the book done. I mean, sometimes people need the money so they can get the book printed. Right. And so when someone is spiteful and they're like, I don't care, that's their problem.
And if you're here in the States, believe me, you do not want to play with the IRS or your local child support organizations, because they will jam your ass.
Yeah, they will. Oh, really?
Yes, they will.
For also from Indie Volt Radio, another question. Guys, what do you do when which platform should I choose? Kickstarter, Indiegogo? I know you guys don't like answering that question.
I like answering it.
he needs help. He and his wife, he and his wife need help before they launch their campaign, which is actually, get this, guys, it is actually a safe for comic books, fireproof
Sweet.
safe for comic books that he and his wife are launching, and they want to know which platform to use.
Cool.
If it's a product like that, honestly, Indiegogo.
Yeah,
Like Indiegogo, as great of a comic platform as it is, the majority of the stuff that you see Indiegogo push are actually like innovative things like that. Like you've got the electric bikes that you have ads on YouTube and everything for. I think Kickstarter is far more for like is definitely more towards a creator based thing. But like I tried to I tried to do a double dip on Kickstarter with Elysian Fields. To get some more money into the campaign and what have you. And when I going through that process, after having such an easy time with Indiegogo and not really having to do much outside of just post images up, and I didn't really have to worry about much of anything. And then going over to Kickstarter, and things have to be set a certain way. Things have to be done this way, that way, or the other. I just felt that Indiegogo was a far more user-friendly experience. And then on top of that, as I said, if it's something like a safe for comic books, that kind of product, I feel, is something that Indiegogo actively already pushes stuff like it's not so much a creative piece so much as it's a physical product meant to aid in specialty lifestyles.
I will say this. Rob says, we actually go to these statements first. Rob says that if the book is done, you can put the printer when you get the money. You book the printer when you get the money. Never hold on the money. Yeah. Rob says, have books done before you crowdfund. Yep. Steve says the IRS took down Capone. Rob says, if you're running a Kickstarter, you want to join the Common Related Madness Facebook group, I promote all day for free, or an Indiegogo campaign. Mark says, Mark
Hodge is the coordinator for Grand Rapids Con.
Just paid off the IRS for a mistake on taxes a couple years back. What a good feeling for that to be in the rearview mirror. Matt says, Matt Knowles says,
sorry, I jumped your gun there.
Was going to contribute a song alongside a lot of other musicians for a fellow metal musician who got terribly injured. Sorry to hear about that, Matt. But when we found out his ex-wife was going to come after the money from it, so we had to nix the project completely. Yeah, I mean, and that's what happened to the person who wrote in. Rob says Indiegogo is better for a safe. More Republicans on there. Rob.
Ooh. Really, tell the person to do research in both crowdfunding platforms. Mm-hmm. But like Michael says, we have found Indiegogo to be a lot more accessible and a lot easier to deal with. Plus, I believe their percentage of takeaway on the crowdfunding amount is lower than Kickstarter as well.
I believe that's true as well. They barely took anything from me.
Buddy, Indiegogo.
And it's also, if you go in demand, I don't think they take anything from what you're making on in demand. I think all of that goes to you.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, when I was looking at what we've made since the campaign ended, and what is being deposited in my account when it eventually does, there wasn't any fees on it. It's just what's here is going to the bank. What I think that what they try. I could be completely wrong on that, so like don't quote me. But like it did appear that once everything that we made past in demand is going completely to us.
And if you are wrong, then the fees are so slight you're not noticing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buddy, why did you choose Kickstarter? I mean, Indiegogo.
I chose them for the reason they were talking about, actually. I mean, for one, I felt like they were a little bit more streamlined and easier to deal with at first. I had talked to, some of the Kickstarter representatives, and they just seemed a bit circuitous to me. I didn't like dealing with them. And so I was like, okay, well, and plus I think it's like 8%. I think they take out 3% more. It's like 8 and 3 because everybody has the same like 3 for the credit card, but then there's like 5 to 8, and they like, I believe Indiegogo takes out the 5%, and plus like it goes into man, like you can just click it and it does it. Like with Kickstarter to go into like the shop mode or whatever, I don't know if they've changed it, but it's a little bit more difficult. So it just seems like there's a lot more upkeep with Kickstarter, and then not to be like political or anything, but they did have was it Camilla Zahn or whatever lady for the longest time that just basically curated a very specific
she's gone
pathology. Oh, I know.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that there was a very specific pathology that was curated over there, and so it was kind of difficult. Like I wouldn't say I'm by any means conservative, but I'm definitely like right leaning, I guess. Center from the right, and so I don't.
Like Rob made that mention about the Republicans and Indiegogo, but that a lot of that's really shifting really hard and changing. It's not one political party goes in one crowdfunding site and the other one goes on the other side. There's still uneducated people out there that believe that, but I'm seeing that happen less and less. You'll watch some awesome projects coming out on both platforms.
You'll watch me start sweating because we reached 39,811 people listening on Indie Vote Radio right now. You can download the Indie Vote Radio app on Google Play or listen in with.
Is that a record for you guys, or are you?
That
is a record. That is a record. 39,000.
But the reason he's sweating is because if we get another 100. Whoa. If we get another 180, 189 people?
Yeah.
And we hit that 40,000 mark, that's more bandwidth.
Yeah.
That very enhanced to pay for. Buddy, you're bouncing back echoing. You need to shut your
I think I fixed it.
Did you?
Yeah, it was the mute. It was the secondary screen.
But,
yeah, I got it.
Varian doesn't want to have to pay for more bandwidth. But
that's what it is.
We want him to pay more.
Yeah. Sell some advertising. Yeah, I need to. Also, Mark says the state even owes me for overpaying a couple years back, waiting for that check. Rob says, in short, Kickstarter is better to grow an audience. Indiegogo is better to bring an audience. Pops says, I promote people no matter which they use. Even have a few who use Amazon. And again, Eric's telling me to sell some advertising. And I see you got a lot of ads out there. Speaking of ads, for your book. Now, I do want to ask you a question with Sins of the Fae, because I seen something you put up that like a novel cover. Was that a cover for a novel at first, buddy?
Yeah, that's what we're gonna. I actually have an ebook out there that is the first like 15 chapters of the first book and the first manuscript, and so I went ahead and put that out there. And we used at first the cover, the second, the B cover, and I was like, okay, and then but my art director was like, no, I want to make one, man, just let me make one, and so he made that one. And we just recently have we're going to put that in there as the paper. I'm sorry.
I do want to hit a little breaking news, by the way.
Breaking news. Hang on. Don't announce it yet. Okay. Because we have a card for that.
A little bit of breaking news.
Important. This is comics history, folks. Comics
a little
history.
Breaking news.
I'm looking and I'm not finding it. I'm so excited. Here we go. This is so good for comics. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
Looking. There it is. Boom. Breaking news.
Breaking news. Apparently, there's gonna be a lot of mad people tomorrow. Maybe we won't get called bad names, but Ethan Mascaro's Red Planet has broke $1 million.
Wow.
Red Planet broke $1 million on a comic book, ladies and gentlemen. Comic book.
I mean, like, regardless of what anyone feels about the guy itself, that's a good thing for the indie industry, I feel.
$1 million. There it is. Ryan John, I can't pronounce your last name, I'm sorry. Says cool. Yeah, broke $1 million. So that is something to celebrate. $1 million off of a comic that I can't make $1 million on. It's not fair.
1,234.
Just look at Ryan, just turn the knife. I can't make $10, yes. But this is awesome. Congratulations to Ethan for making $1 million. I think he's the first comic on Indiegogo to do so, maybe. Might
Yeah.
be.
He is,
No,
yes,
absolutely.
Let's get him to 2 billion, and see what happens now.
2 billion.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Are you
2
just going
billion.
off of Dr. Evil numbers at this point, Varian? We're just going to 2 billion because
We're
that's
gonna go to 2 billion. That's where we're going from here on out.
For any comic campaign to reach this mark is instrumental, because I think the only one that there's only 2 other comics crowdfundings that have gotten beyond this. One of them was for a web comic collection that was many years ago, and the other one is a Brazilian artist who has yet to fulfill his campaign.
I was joking with Randy before we went on the air. I said,
Took the money and ran. But
I said
anyway.
either Ethan's gonna go, he's gonna hit 1 million after we go, before we go on, or during. And so he did it during, which is pretty impressive because it was just like a $500 lacking a couple of minutes ago, but now he's broke 1 million. Rob says, and it's not an action figure of a comic stuffed in facade, which is very true. No hate, no hate.
No, he's got a couple of action figures that he's offering along with the comic.
Right, but people were saying, "Oh my God, look what Todd's done," and I'm not hating on Todd. I think Todd is an inspiration. But what I was saying was that Todd made his money on an action figure with a comic book inside, whereas this particular product is the comic book first, and everything else built around that. That's kind of interesting to me, and it's a good sign of what's to come. But I still am not, and I'm not being rude. His name is Buddy. I'm not being rude. I am still upset with Buddy because he has not unveiled a freaking action figure of that dragon. Now, Buddy, I want to back the book, but I need something. I need a dragon. I need a print. I need something. What do you got for me?
What do I got? Well, we would need to make quite a bid for that. I mean, I could make a few. I could put it even a tier. I got a couple of friends that do 3D modeling that could create like a more like a figurine, and something like that. And I could have that done of either the large caliber or the small one. Maybe both, depending on what went down. The thing is like the way that I wrote the series and the way that I created everything, it was I played a lot of like Dungeons and Dragons and role-playing games when I was a kid, and it's created to be its own if it needed to be. Like I created it to sort of like the magic system is kind of a mix between a hard and a soft magic system. It is it's very character driven in that regard, and there's a lot of different races, and the way that the races interact with one another, it could easily be something like that. That was one of the things actually I'd thought about was, if it did well, taking it over to like Kickstarter, making a role-playing game on its own, especially with like Dungeons and Dragons becoming a little bit woke, quote. I don't know if that's a horrible thing here, but
what's our number, Varian, are we dropping?
No. We're actually going up, and that's why I'm like moving around, but we're not to 40 yet.
Oh, okay.
I
saw that worried look on your face. I figured we were either dropping hard or we had passed that mark. So. Speaking of Mark, he says that the story of Cyberfrog's sort of dumb, but the artwork and coloring is absolutely stunning. Bought the first and second as well. I thought the whole product was pretty well put together myself. But
all you have to do, Pop says, all you have to do is make controversy. I want to thank SJNW.
I mean, that's legit. I mean, all of these big Comicsgate campaigns that are done by like the cult personalities. The only reason why they're making that much is because they were being censored by their opposition.
It's no better publicity. Any publicity is great publicity.
Yeah.
Ryan John, I'm not even going to attempt that last name, Ryan. Sorry, he's just cool.
Yeah,
I don't want to hurt it.
I think that's man. I'm jealous of everybody. Someone else should have a figure is Michael Olden, who offers no figures.
Is something that I would love to do, and I can't remember if it was on this show or if it was on Phil's, but I got asked, and it actually may have been on one of Rob's. I got asked by Chuck Pinot if I were able to do anything with my book to if I had the
the FU money essentially to just spend, what would I include? And I was like, statues. I'd do like a tier where there were 5 collector statues of a character from Elysian Fields, probably Achilles, because he's my boy. But but yeah, no, like that would be something that I'd love to do. And if we ever got to that point where we were making like that much money, I think that it is, with the talent that we have coming in on the next book. I've said it multiple times. We've got the very talented Scott Rosema is going to be doing a cover for the next book. We've got the very talented Kevin Sharp is going to be doing a cover for the next book. Ted Lehman, and also an incredibly talented freelancer, is doing a line art cover for the next book, and we have 2 up and coming artists doing covers upon review. I need to once they submit them to me, I'll let them know. But they're both super talented guys, and I've enjoyed looking at their work. But we've got a lot of stuff. So for the next campaign, I definitely think that, especially with how much people have enjoyed Elysian Fields from the digital tier, we could very well hit like the 20-30K mark. But if we go even past that, then like that is something that I am genuinely going to look into. I know a whole bunch of people that are either working on doing 3D modeling or already do it. And so it would just be a whole thing of being like, what would it take for you to design a statue, and then how much would I be paying for it? And then I would probably have like that ultimate tier for one of the books, and then I'd pay for one of those for myself, because, well, there's no way in hell that there's going to be a statue of a character from my comic, and I'm not going to have one.
Now, and since we're talking about campaigns, what about Florida Man?
Florida Man is up there, man. Florida Man is at was it $19,797 with 33 days left. That campaign shot up. You know what?
That's the Indie Volt bump, buddy.
Yeah, that's that Indie Volt bump right there. That's got to be us.
Indie Volt bump.
Eric
Braley, Mike Barron, beautiful artwork. Look at this. This is amazing stuff.
I got to meet Mike Barron on another show here the other day, and he is a super nice guy, super laid back. And I thought that the whole Reddit debacle and how he handled it was amazing. Because I mean, it's not even really that he handled it. It was just like, what's that?
Very good. And
what's a Reddit?
Yeah, the project is top notch. Another book that I can't wait to get my hands on. So many good books coming out. Only so little.
Great stuff.
Only so much money to buy them with. But and not just that book. He said, you guys helped make that happen. We tried. I ran a story on indievolt.com when he pulled off of Reddit. I posted the story, and hopefully it got him some rotation. Hopefully it got him some eyes on the project. Sometimes I like to think that if they would just stop hassling people, you're bringing money to everybody when you do that. When you make a big deal about something, people want to go support it. And as you guys get, so what we're going to do is we're going to totally make a big deal. We're going to throw controversy at Sins of the Fae.
I sincerely hope everybody hates my crowdfunding campaign when I start.
Yeah, we're going to throw so much anger and animosity at it. I'm going to say that Buddy does not like pizza, ice cream, or birthday parties.
And totally not, man. I can't stand any of those things.
Yeah. So obviously, he needs to be hated on. So let's and then his campaign will be over $1 million tomorrow. And he won't give me a dime. He won't even let me hold $10. So
he'll give you one of those dragons.
Yeah.
That'll be the repayment.
If I get money, I kind of think I should get a real lizard in the mail at that point. Pop says Mike was in my first 3 cons. Pops also says that was why I asked if you wanted him live when you were talking about it. And Eric says Todd, the artist, will be on the 14th. Very good. Yeah, Eric is stepping in, taking over the reins of Art of War for me, because I need a break. and so he'll be doing that good stuff. And
No
then,
variant. You're not allowed.
yeah, yeah. I am not. While we're talking about that, we're gonna go back around to all the books in a little bit, but I do want to bring up another book that we have been following, and you guys gotta excuse my Indiegogo. It bounces around. Okay, guys, look, I use a VPN sometimes. Okay,
Just tell
I'm
me
not
where
gonna
you
lie.
want to go. I can set it up, bud.
Well, I want to bring it back up that IVA is still funding. It's 41%, 4,160 is a fixed goal. Um, she's at 2,047 US dollars, which when you convert that to Great Britain, we convert that to pounds, it's probably like $3. But she's almost there. We're trying to get this campaign funded. It's a really good book. I'm not sure if she's put up the new video yet, but
And honestly, that amount is way too low for
Yeah.
this campaign, for this type of book. If you scroll down and take a look at the professional art, the writing is amazing.
Yeah.
We had NS on 2 or 3 weeks ago,
Mhm.
and the product is just phenomenal.
and Ines is also she
You
also
really
has
need to take a look at it. That's Iva EYVA at Indiegogo.
yeah, she also has an ad space on indievote.com. If you go to the page, if you go to indievote.com, if you'll see Iva and God's Hand. They're both banner ads on the side of indievote.com for
God's Hand, another great book. Waiting for that book to come out.
Yeah, I backed God's Hand here recently, a little while back, and this one, and I guess Sins of the Fae are going to be my next two.
Yeah, I think we need to make sure we back Sins of the Fae. It looks good. We got Buddy here, and we'll have to guilt him because now that he's here, and if he helped get his campaign up, then he's ours and has to come back whenever we say he has to come back. It's,
How that works, apparently.
yeah, we send links. That's how it normally works, right, Randy?
Yeah, you're part of the family now, buddy. You know what that means.
Hey, man, I'm more than happy to be here.
Welcome to the party, pal. God damn it.
Yeah, Pop says Timothy Green art, right? Yeah, that's Timothy Green, I believe, on Iva. Yeah, and
Yeah.
Timothy Green the second on Iva, and he's
Yes, phenomenal stuff.
yeah.
He also did the Ian Flux graphic novel. He's got a very European influence to his work. It's amazing stuff.
And then while we're there, let's take a look at another book, which now I guess we don't even have to really look at the Kickstarter or the Indiegogo anymore because Michael has them in hand.
Yeah, I mean, I would love for you guys to pull up that Indiegogo because we did put up two new tiers. I'm selling off. So I got when Hero and Villains Design sent me my sample covers, they sent me 2 copies of each. So I put the 2 prettiest sample covers up there for sale. Each of them at around, I think the Twinkle, which was the one that we that had the second most votes, I put up for 150, and then the sample cover for what became the cover is up for 250. And then we also have the black and white cut. We've got the digital one. We have the Jim O'Reilly covered floppy. And I don't know how much longer they're going to let us stay in demand. We haven't made a whole lot since we got funded. But if we were able to hit 10K before we came off in demand, I would certainly throw. I'd probably like faint because that was what the initial goal was to hit that 10K. And if we did hit that 10K, I'd find a way to obviously pay that back to the fan base.
I do want to also mention something too that I would be remiss not to mention tonight, and I have to because if I don't, I might not sleep. And if I don't sleep, then I
Or
won't
at
be happy
least
for it.
sleep in the house. Is that what you're saying?
Or sleep in the house. Yeah, that's my major concern is that I couldn't sleep in the house without mentioning this.
With that keel embedded into your skull? What?
Embedded somewhere. I do want to announce that someone here with us though, Lola has actually finished the script to her book. She's moving into
awesome.
editing, and she is moving into she'll be moving into art pretty soon on that book, on her book. Can I announce the title?
Yeah.
Okay, I can.
That's it.
Yeah, I can announce the title. I'll
Give
show
a
it.
little
I'll show it.
tease.
I'll show it. I don't supposed to do
Cool.
that, was I?
That's
There it is.
That's a
Uh,
fantastic logo.
That's her logo. So
I
far,
made it all by myself.
until I get a hold of it and make her change some stuff. Me and Randy
Good
will get a
name.
hold of her.
Good name.
And
Well- Can we know a little bit about what the book's about, Lola? Or is that top secret right now?
Still secret.
it's
You
still
know,
secret.
Preston Poulter, right?
Oh man.
It's got nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
I don't know
Eric
what
says-
that was about.
Sometimes it's better not to know.
Yeah, I was about to say, Bill, if you don't, Bud, if you don't know, just be glad that you're ignorant.
Eric
I
says that the
only found out because I'm here way too much.
yeah.
I'll be bored on a Monday night, on a Tuesday night, and I'll hit up Barry and like 20 times in the chat. It's like, I'll come hang out.
Eric says that I was Mobius 2.0. JD
I think
Calderon.
he's talking about Timothy's stuff.
Yeah.
On Iva. Yeah.
JD Calderon in the house.
JD Calderon, yes. Hey,
Hello,
I'm going to be
people.
on JD's podcast on Thursday night.
Awesome.
Good.
I got to be on
Looking forward
JD's
to
show
that.
here a while back. He's a really good dude.
We're going to talk about all sorts of stuff.
Pop says, "Sweet, congrats, Lola."
Thank you.
Steve says, "Congrats, Lola,"
Thank you.
and that they love the look. Yeah, yeah,
Love it.
she'll-
It's going to be super adult.
Yeah,
Super adult.
they'll have cakes and everything. What do they want? They're gonna have cakes as well. JD says, "I'll try." So guys, as we're reaching the end of the show here, let's go around. We'll start with Buddy first, then we'll move to Michael. Where people can find you and where they can get a hold of your books.
Yeah, you can go to Indiegogo and look for Sins of the Fae, and you'll be able to find me. It's my only campaign up right now. You can find me on Twitter at the Buddy Lord, because that's the B Buddy Lord. That's my real name, at the Buddy Lord. So follow me, reach out to me, send me a DM if you want. That's fine. I'm willing to talk to just about anyone. I don't like being chastised or patronized. That's about it. Other than that, if it's friendly, let's go.
Come on, if you're not being trolled,
I mean,
just like us today, we took a lot of abuse.
Oh yeah, good old fashioned trolling, or
Very nice.
you want to like guys, mess around. That's fine.
Yeah,
Called all sorts of names.
yeah, we got called all kinds of things today, and it's all Rob's fault. It's all Rob's fault. I'm certain of it. It's let's blame Rob. That's our new hashtag. Blame Rob.
The real reason for that?
You're not a dish. You're a man.
That's not what he called us.
There we go.
He didn't call us. He called us everything but men.
Did not call us a dish either.
No, or a dish. He said that we did horrible things with our pie holes. But the Rick and Morty of comics journalism, that was okay.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah,
That was more of a comment.
I'd take that.
Yeah.
In fact, you should put that up on your promo.
Take that
Yeah.
with pride.
Yeah. Sent you an invite to the group, Buddy, and shared your campaigns. What Pops did. Thanks, Pops. I will let Buddy is in the chat, so he knows. Michael, where can they find your stuff at?
So as I said earlier at the beginning of this, you can find me on Twitter at @ElysianFields_0. You can find me on Facebook under my name. I've been getting some friend requests from people that are look like they might be bots. So if it takes me a minute to add that, don't take that as a personal assault. I'm probably just making sure that you're a legitimate person and not some bot from whatever country trying to steal money from me.
From Nagaland? Nagaland?
From Nagaland.
State. It's a state. It's like a state of mind.
But you can get Elysian Fields on Indiegogo, as they brought up. We're in demand right now. Please help us get to 10K. These hollow foil covers are limited. I'm going to show that off again. Just look at that prettiness in there and the nice little hollow foil. And oh my goodness, just look at that first page.
It's
Scott
Pretty-
Rosemo was going to try to come on and celebrate with you. He just could not get his equipment together fast enough.
well, hopefully. Oh, if he wants to come in after the chat, I'll of course celebrate with
He's
Scott. I know that
he's got
really
the link.
excited
He's
to get
always
his number
welcome.
out there.
Well, Scott,
He said, "Don't wait for us."
you gotta understand, Scott's computer, as old as he is, it's not gonna work.
Well, plus, you know, he's having dinner at the Beefaroo.
Oh, that explains it. That beefy goodness all in your mouth.
Yes.
That's what we got told. We had beefy goodness in our mouth.
I don't know if that was goodness.
It depends. For some, it's mouth watering. Anyway, so yeah, guys, thanks for watching. I am Barry Grant. This is Randy Zimmerman. Randy, where can they find you at, sir?
You can find me on Facebook and Twitter, and here on Indie Volt. We're going to be back on Thursday morning at 9 a.m. for the Breakfast Buzz. Are you going to be in on that? Are you going to be around? I thought you said you'd be busy.
I will be around.
Michael just booted himself.
I will be around. I will be here. I will be I think I'll be around Thursday. I wasn't going to be, but
Just depends on how you feel.
yeah. I'll let you guys know if I have to step out.
Spin the wheel.
Yeah,
I can handle it. We'll get some guests on and get it.
Yeah,
rolling.
sorry about that, guys. My laptop did something weird. I tried to switch to a different tab, and it sent me to a completely different page.
Not a problem.
You just moved the box again. That's what.
Lola, where can they find you at?
Facebook, Instagram. Look up The Real Indie Princess.
The Real Indie Princess.
I
Okay.
am the real indie princess.
I
Everybody's trying to take my name.
INDIE Princess, the Indie Princess on Facebook. Are you on Instagram?
I am on Instagram.
That's the Real Indie Princess on Instagram. Okay.
Yep.
Have to look her up on Instagram, on Facebook. She's there to be.
Tomorrow night at 9 p.m.
Yeah, which she's got a couple guests tomorrow night, and Geekgasm 9 a.m. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right now.
I believe Stephanie's coming back tomorrow.
I believe Stephanie Menard, who's just closing her campaign in a couple of minutes for Aeonian, will be on the show as well. I'd be remiss not to put that.
I threw a lot of money at that. I was very impressed.
I'd be kind of remiss not to put that up. I'd be an asshole if I didn't put it up. So I'm gonna throw it up there. There it is. Aeonian 3, Stephanie Menard, 11 hours to go, $3,078. She's passed her goal of $2,000.
Awesome.
There's a couple different perks. Look at that cover, guys. Look at that cover. That cover is gorgeous. I told her that's poster material right there. I mean, big, huge size poster. Art by Stan Yak and colors by Robert Nugent. Fantastic book, fantastic writer. Stephanie is one of those writers that when I first met her, we had a very similar book, and we traded books. And I was at a con. I went to that night. I read it in the hotel room, and the next day I was uncomfortable having her as my neighbor because I'm like, who could write that? But yeah, she's become a great friend over the years. And so if you got a couple bucks, also head over to the Kickstarter. It's Kickstarter. We know we're trying to stop her, but she won't stop. But head over to Kickstarter, back that campaign. You can get a copy, digital copy of that book for what was it, $5? Digital copy of Aeonian 3. Digital copies of all of them, 1 to 3 for $10. Physical copy of the book for $10. You can catch up on all 3 of them. She's got a lot of different perks in there. She's got some cool stretch goals too, some pins. You got 11 hours, so you got a couple hours tonight. If you're overseas, you're listening to us on Indie Vote Radio, which I'm gonna cuss you guys out in just a minute.
We did it, didn't we?
Yeah, we did, and
we did. What are we at?
You guys can head over there if you're overseas and you still got a couple hours up to go back this campaign. I believe Stephanie will ship pretty much anywhere, and if she won't, you can contact her. But yeah, so check that out. So we got up to 41,000 people.
So awesome.
I am very upset.
We appreciate each and every one of you. Listen,
I will be sending everybody who came on the chat tonight PayPal.me links.
And I will gladly ignore it.
Yeah. You guys are all getting PayPal.me links. I demand some financial assistance with paying that, because they're going to be like, yeah, you got to pay. All right. So, of course, you can find us on Indie Vote Radio. which we just got to talking about. You can listen in live. It is. That's like cartoon porn money. That's what I used to make. I don't make that anymore. But Indie Vote Radio, you can get that live on Google Play. And if you have an iOS or an Apple phone, you can download the Streamer app and look up Indie Vote Radio. We also have Indie Vote Radio on Alexa. So if you have an Alexa device in your home, you can also use that. I'm surprised I did not set off every one of them in our house because for some reason, they're all near me, even our thermostat.
They are near you right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, all of the devices that will respond to that, none of them went off, which is great. But even our thermostat has it, and so when I yell that name in the house, everything answers. Like yes, it's like having a very nosy butler. But Indie Vote Radio, you can listen in 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, indie music as well as talk from us guys. And Essence House is on there. Broke Money Hustle, a lot of cool things. So check that out. If you want to send us one of those hateful emails like you got earlier, you can do that. You can do that. You can do that in 90 words or less, please. You can do that by sending us emails over at indievote@indievote.com. Include Indie Vote Live in the subject, and please, please, please keep those emails 90 words or less so I can fit them in. Unless they're really, really nasty, then I'm going to try to squeeze it all in as much as I can and make Randy read it.
There we go. And don't forget, any question, no question is too serious. No question is too silly. And don't forget, our feedback will be better because of your setback.
Hashtag get an education. Hashtag Indie Vote.
Indie Vote.
Also, Indie Vote TV on Roku. Independent it's over top streaming network, just like Netflix, but it's free and it's indie movies. We got a couple of great movies on there. And you guys should check those out.
Do you have a couple great movies on there, Varian?
A couple great movies, just a couple. There's a couple great movies on there.
Okay, buddy.
Yeah, you can definitely check that out. It's they're terrific. And also you got these shows, recaps of these shows, Art of War, some Indie Vote Lives. There is some content that we don't put online that is actually on the Roku station. It is coming to Amazon Fire Stick as well. I've stopped saying it. What is that?
Some interviews will be going
up. Yeah. Some interviews going up, some exclusive content. We got some documentaries going to be exclusive that are going to go up soon as well. But I know I've been saying that it's going to come to Amazon Fire Stick. I am waiting on approval. Once we get that approved from Amazon, it will be live on Amazon Fire Stick. So those of you who say, I would watch your channel, but I don't have Amazon Fire Stick, you will no longer have that excuse. So yeah, until then, Randy, is there anything you want to close by saying, don't send us hateful emails anymore? No, you can send those. It's fine. We're just going to read them.
Again, we just want to congratulate Michael Oden on his great book.
Yep. Oh. You ready for it?
Yay! Think about what you've accomplished.
Thanks so much. It's been a blast, and Varian, this copy of the book that I showed on the show, that's going to be yours.
Cool.
I will visit,
since he's already knocked it out of mint, you'll just throw
we've already taken it out of its top quality, so that's what you're getting, man.
Yeah, that's mine. Okay.
Don't forget.
I meant it more from a sentimental, and I handled it with care. It'll be fine.
All right.
Don't forget everyone. Sorry to keep stepping on your mic. Don't forget tomorrow night, Geekgasm at 9 p.m.
Yep.
Where the Indie Princess and Stephanie
Stephanie
should be coming back, and who knows?
Katrina will be there as well. Yeah.
It's geekism mainly from a female perspective, and sometimes it gets a little on the adult side.
Yeah, way too.
And Friday nights, 9 p.m., The Art of War, that Eric will be running. A few artists get together with a topic that Varian usually statistically chooses to have them draw. It's the only one of these art kind of streams that has a gift tied into for the winner.
That's right.
And other than that, Varian and I will be back Thursday morning for the Breakfast Buzz. That's at 9 a.m. All of these times are Eastern Standard Time for anybody that's outside of our time zone. And you never know when we might pop back on with more breaking news.
That is correct. Until then, everybody, We will see you all Thursday morning, Randy and I. Tomorrow night on Geekgasm, I'll more than likely be there. Thursday morning, and then we'll see you, Randy.
Before we leave, we want to wish rest in peace to the great Joe Sinat, who gave us many, many, many hours of phenomenal inking work, and an incredibly great master of the craft. And if you're not familiar with his work, you really haven't read the best of Marvel comics out there. And I say that with all openness. We might talk negatively about Marvel, current modern Marvel, but the work that Joe did and a lot of those other workhorses during that period is just masterful and incredible work. And Joe, we absolutely love you, and we thank you for your work into this industry.
I also got to put that up there. The
opinions expressed in this preceding broadcast are not necessarily those of Indie Volt Media LLC, its staff, contributors, or sponsors. In fact, we don't know whose opinion they were.
Yeah.
Viewer discretion is always advised when you listen to us.
And again, only thing I have to say is take care of yourselves and stop love bombing each other. We'll see you later.
Please stop the love bombing.
The cops are doing